Well, hello there. Y'all hear me out there? Are we live? Looks like we're live on my phone here. That's a good sign. Oh, yes, we are rocking this tonight. The v neck, the chest hair. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing an LP spotlight tonight. I'm just gonna let people drop in here, kind of warm the show up a little bit. Hey, Chris, welcome. That's good. You can hear me okay? I got the channel all the way up. If you guys haven't noticed, I got the boom mic on this time, or the boom mic, the mic foam on this time. I don't know if I like it or not because I was kind of testing it earlier. It sounds good, but then when I take it off, it feels like the presence of my voice projects or it attacks faster. But then adding this on obviously takes rid of the s and the s. So in a lot of ways it does sound better. So we'll probably just work with this for now. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell where the foam is lined up with the mic because it's not really meant for this size. It's actually taken from an old podcast microphone I used to have that did not work. I got it from like a garage sale for like $5. At least I got this piece to work from, right? Take something from it. Hey Mick, welcome. We're going to be playing one of Kimba's favorite records tonight. Might be dropping by, hopefully. Yeah, I was just trying to think of what to play next time, and I got some free time this evening. It's a little bit of an impromptu live stream. I wasn't sure if I was going to go live tonight or not. But nothing else to do. I already got what I needed done today, this afternoon, because I had a half day at work. And yeah, we're going to be playing a little bit of this. The Illusion, If It's So, it's their best work. Fact. I think it's their best. I'm not really a big fan of their previous two records. I never picked them up. There might be a few tracks here and there on a good day, but their last one is kind of their magnum opus. I like the direction it takes on that one. Kind of in a more hard rockin', kind of bluesy, but I dig it. It's a very accessible, sort of a cool dad rock record, you could say. Hey Rick, welcome. Gives you that talk show host look. Yeah, with the headphones and all. Yeah, like a lot of podcasters do from up here. Just need a mic stand next. I could probably, I have my ways. I could probably get one here. Randy's here. Welcome. This is all for you, Randy. I know you requested another live show, and so here we are. Just had to find some free time and kind of gather my thoughts as to what to play next. And yeah, we're going to be playing one of Kimba's favorites by request. But it's a fun one for everybody. I think this is a very good one to sort of spotlight because it's definitely one that you could consider cheap heat. I found this one for like $10 in Kansas City, maybe about a couple years ago now. Literally, yeah, October of 22 when I went down there. I forget the name of the shop. I think it was Renaissance Vinyl. I picked up a koozie from there too. See if I can find that and show you guys. Maybe I've showed it before. You're looking young tonight, Derek. Did you wax your face? Well, I did shave this afternoon. Seems like as I get older, that stubble just comes back right away. I mean, the 5 o'clock shadow, I'm definitely working and fighting against that. It's sneaking up on me faster than ever. Like, I have to do it every other day now if I want to keep this kind of clean shave. And I'm kind of digging it lately. I mean, I like some stubble, especially with wintertime coming around. we'll probably build it back up to sort of a Geico caveman kind of beard. But yeah, it should be a good night. I might show some of the finds I picked up today. I took a little jaunt to Omaha today, just for because I had a half day at work, and I go in to work pretty early. If you guys don't know, so I get off at like 8:39, and did not expect to come home with this. I came out with a really cool piece. It's not an original. It's sort of like a compilation or a twofer, as the kids call it. But I've been trying to track this one down, and it's a reissue of a twofer. But it seems like any issue of picking this one up, it's hard to find anyways. I've just never seen them. So I'll just show it here. I picked this one up at Grapefruit, but then I picked up two other ones at Homer's, if you guys know those shops in the Omaha area. Kraftwerk, their first two albums, man. On the Vertigo label. It's not a Vertigo Swirl, unfortunately. It's the Spaceship. It's like a 73 press. But man, I've been keeping my eye trying to find a copy of at least Kraftwerk 2. I really love their early stuff the most. I mean, I like pretty much all their eras. Even late 70s isn't too bad. But I'm really happy to come out with that one. Traded some stuff in too, so I didn't pay full retail for it, but it was on the wall. It was on the display wall. Maybe it was there for a long time. I don't know. Some of the records I traded there a couple months ago are still in the new arrivals. I found out. Got me sidetracked? You talking to me? I don't know. Anyways, I'll show the other two I picked up. A little more on the cheaper end. Usually when I go into Homer's, I usually don't find a whole lot of stuff that I'm into. Even in the new arrivals, it's always like Styx, Kansas, James Gang. Really typical blue collar kind of rock. But I came out with this one. This is one I've been trying to hunt down for a while. I don't think I've ever seen a copy. Jonathan and Lee. What's it called? Third and Main. It's on the Vanguard label. I don't remember exactly what this sounds like, but my impression was that it was good. Sort of like it's kind of like a Mamas and Papas type of folk pop. I remember the mixing job being kind of interesting. I think the vocals were on two separate channels. It's got a lot of hype sticker, well not hype sticker, but price tag, Soundland. And then I see one here. It says Spalding Pharmacy, which I was like, Spalding, Nebraska. Because if you guys don't know Spalding, Nebraska, which I'm sure a lot of you do know, right? That's kind of up in the region where I was raised, not too far away. That's sort of like really out west in the Sandhills, Nebraska. So I was like, really? Spalding, Nebraska pharmacy? I didn't even know there was a pharmacy there. Super small town, but I don't think that's the case. It was like marked at $2, $1, and then finally 97 cents. So this was definitely one of those cutout bin titles. But if you guys don't know, Spalding, Nebraska, fun fact, the Glaser brothers, Tom Powell Glaser, if that name strikes, if that rings a bell to you, yeah, Tom Paul Glaser, he released a string of different MGM titles throughout the mid-70s. And he's like one of the more kind of well-known outlaw country songwriters out there. Well, anyways, the Glaser brothers were from Spalding, Nebraska. It's kind of a fun fact. If you guys know that record Hoover on Epic, I think it was Chuck Glaser. He produced that one. It's not really psych per se, but it's kind of that era. I used to have the LP. Bougie Boy. Bougie Boy? Spalding, get your foot off the boat. Anyways, yeah, we're kind of rocking this today. This sort of the shaman cloak attire, whatever you want to call it. Showing a little bit of the chest hair that you can't see. I'm not gonna freak everybody out. I'm not gonna get too close to the webcam. But I haven't worn this in a while. Sometimes I just wear this on a special occasion. It's really hard to take off, especially in the armpit area. It's super tight. But yeah, you while I wear this too, you almost feel like the superpower. You feel like the energy within the threads kind of produces a little bit of cool energy while you wear it. Hey, thanks, Michael. Kimba's here for the illusion. Yes. I don't know if you requested it or not. I know you always bring it up on the live streams, though, so here we are. And I got something in my eye, of course. Oh, man. Yeah, hopefully the sinuses don't get in the way of the stream either. I've been kind of fighting those off. With the whole changing of the seasons here in fall. Yeah, and I still have your shirt, Randy. Although I've kind of gained a little bit since you sent that my way. I think it was like a medium size, or maybe it was a large, I don't know. But I'm definitely an XL guy for sure now. And it's not because I'm chunky, but only maybe a little bit. Not too much. I need to work on that area. That's the area of focus. But this still fits me. But the thing is, though, I wear XLs, though, because when I do the shirt test, when I lift my arms up, I don't want to see that belly. Like, I want to have good length on my t-shirts. Yeah, it was probably a small large, yeah. Some of them, because I always used to be in between a medium and a large for the longest time, especially when I first started on YouTube. But now it's no longer large. Sometimes, but mostly XL now, because that's kind of more of a safe bet. It's going to fit. It might be a little baggy on the arms, but no one cares about that. Anyways, I wanted to share the other one here too. So this is one I have actually never listened to. Potter St. Cloud, 1970. Isn't this this has relations to that Texas band, right? Endel St. Cloud. $10 at Homer's today. Yeah, some of the reviews sound pretty promising. I don't know if it's going to be more of a psych pop or kind of a rural rocker. Or just looking at the cover kind of reminds me of, what's his bucket? We are from the Lower East Side. That guy, the Lower East Side band. Kind of looks like that, the whole patriotic thing going on. So, yeah, it came out in 1970, so it's probably like a post-psych kind of effort. Should be interesting, though. And then I'll just share the rest of my finds if you guys don't care, and we'll start in about the half-hour mark like Mr. B does. See how it goes here. And we will listen to music, I assure you. I'll go through these fairly quickly, because I'll probably be posting a video about these anyways in the future. But man, did I score this one on Discogs. This is one that I've been after for years. And I think it was one of the very first streams I ever joined in on when Mr. B was doing like a summer live stream back in June or July, around there. Maybe even May. Well, anyways, I was searching it on YouTube and I came across his stream again because he had done this one. And I was like, man, I'm still seeking one out. And I think I didn't even have it on my Discogs want list. I was just searching it on Discogs one night. And I don't know if the term is undervalued or no, not that. It's undergraded or overgraded. I don't know which way you want to perceive that. But this was graded fair. But I asked for photos beforehand, and it just looked like it needed a little touch up. And I touched it up. This plays like damn near VG+. It's really really came out solid. I got a really nice price on this one. Demian. Demian, 1971. ABC. This is a promo copy. $35 out of pocket. What? Not coming in the best, but anyways, yeah, man, this is really solid. Really got a good deal on this one. I think it was Mushroom Records sent me this. Took this to the shop, and they put it on the Digritter, the ultrasonic. This plays fantastic now. We're probably going to do a live stream of this some night coming up, I assure you. And if you guys don't know, of course, Bubble Puppy's second phase as Demian. And I can't even compare the two. They're both very solid. This one's, of course, more in a hard rocking direction, kind of a straight up, you know, again, the cool dad rock kind of sound. And they do a version of my favorite tune on the first album, Todd's tune. It was kind of unnecessary, but I still love it. And Face the Crowd. I mean, why isn't that a classic rock staple by now? Everybody should hear that one. So yeah, it just took me a long time to track this one down. I think these are pushing over 100 anymore. So I kind of lucked out there in 2024. Let's see who's in the chat here. Try to keep up as best I can. Dan, welcome. Yeah, so I got two more here, and then we'll kind of start the show a little early maybe. So this is one you guys may not be hip to, but I certainly am. Rare Earth's first LP, but it's on the Verve label. You guys know this one? Yeah, if you thought Rare Earth isn't cool, you haven't heard this one. This is very much a harder-edged kind of funk and soul effort up for where Randy's at. Detroit band. And they first started as like the Sunliners. They had a MGM single, Land of Nod. And it's like the same track on this one. It might have a little slightly different mix. But this one is definitely got some trippiness to it. And I spotted a copy 2 different times at the record show in Omaha. And I passed on it both times because I already had like enough picked up. And I think they were asking like $30, which is kind of sort of where it still lands as far as the price range. But I got this one from Permanent Records on Instagram. If you guys don't follow them, they sell stuff like daily on their Instagram page. They just got a set of rules. You know, you got to have to put a cool way of saying dibs, and then you get the record if you're first. You're first in line. This was like $20. That's like the price range I was trying to find it at. So yeah, that's definitely one that most people don't talk about. I think it's their best. And let's see, this last one. So this is one that's one of those records that came out last year that kind of fell through the cracks. And this is the kind of stuff I really love. Sort of an acetate. Well, it was discovered from an acetate. I think from the label maker. If you guys remember Void Records. I think he's the fella that discovered this, and this is on the Void record label, The Rain. R-A-Y-N-E. This came out last year. I actually saw another copy in Omaha today. You can find this for about $15-20 yet. It's kind of more of a single-sided EP than anything, because the second side are 3 different covers, and then it's like post-rain material, which is super unlistenable to me. It's like very 70s, 80s kind of stuff. Totally different in style. But the whole first half is kind of more in the range of say the love exchange mixed with the art of lovin', the growing concern per se. But it's a little more in that kind of folky, moody, garage popness about it from New York City. And it's got a couple members that would later be in the music business. What's her name? Lisa Sarna. She would later have like, I don't know if it was like a girlfriend of Rick James, but she would like have a really close connection to Rick James as well as her brother. I think Barry. Yeah, Barry Sarna. He wrote tunes for Janet Jackson and several others back in the day. Some bigger names. You think Rare Earth got screwed in the record business? I guess I don't know their backstory too well. I just know they had a few hits. And they also do an early version of Get Ready on that first one too. I probably took their money, yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Terry Knight notoriously did with Grand Funk. Yeah, that sounds more like the Grand Funk nightmare tale there. But anyways, let's hop into the music, shall we? Enough dilly-daddling and talking about, if I have chest hair or not. That could be a whole debate in the chat while the music plays. How about that? And by the way, looking forward to my surgery next week. If you guys caught wind of that video. I had my pre-op surgery on Wednesday this week. It went pretty well. I didn't know I was going to be drawing blood. But that's how it goes. The guy told me to breathe as he was putting the needle in me. I thought I was breathing. Guess I wasn't. Usually when they're drawing blood or with needles, I guess I just kind of freeze up. I'm kind of like, all right, get this shit over with. Come on, man. But no, I'm not as nervous as I was, I guess. And I really wasn't nervous the first time either. So I guess just, like I said, the financial part of it was a little tight. A little bit of tension there on the wallet, but we survive. And I think it's time for some more illusions. If it's so. Getting your tubes tied. Yeah, maybe they can play some coffee table jazz for me in the waiting room. Kind of calm me down. Zor's here. Welcome, Psyche D. Or like my aunt calls me, Derek D. Because my middle name starts with a D. Derek D. She's kind of a southern draw to her voice. We got a little bit of a twang here in Nebraska. I don't know if that's apparent to some of y'all out there. Some of y'all. But I never did grow up on the farm. I grew up in town. But still, small town Nebraska. You can about imagine how unexciting that was. Anyways, I don't know where I'm going with that. The illusion, if it's so, and I did test this beforehand. I think we're all ready. If you're ready. Is Randy ready? I think Kimbra's ready. Let's start this thing. I think I need to give this the wipe down though. I played a little Kraftwerk before I set everything up here. That sounds so good. We might have to do that one too. But that might be for the more exploratory listeners. Not so much Randy. He likes the hard rock stuff. We get that. All right. Sounds like it's coming in, so let's begin. The illusion, if it's so. Killer. Pick that up for $10 all day, man. Let's continue. Just a little side note. This is kind of sticking out because I was going to post this on Instagram soon. If there's any record that I'm jealous that Randy has, it'd be the second album by the Avengers. I know you got one. I am looking for one, man. The second album by them. This first one's pretty good. Looking for that second one, though. Side note, you know what album I really wish existed? Was that album on The Big Lebowski, the Autobahn. It's like that spoof album cover of Kraftwerk with Carl Hungus. If anyone could track that down for me, I'd like to hear it. Bunch of nihilists.
Let's make each other happy. Let's make each other happy. Let's make each other happy. Love the blues, love the blues, love the blues away, away, away.
Yes! It's kind of fun, wasn't it? It's a fun listen. But I was kind of jokingly going, okay, boys, wrap it up. Come on. We got to fill in the time gap. We got to play the same solo 3 minutes and then conclude it with a sort of trippy fade out. But anyways, it's kind of a fun one, right? And I think the second side kind of lives up too. It's a great opener. Great way to open the LP here. I think the title track I remember being kind of one of my more favorite tracks on here. It doesn't rock out as hard, but it's one of the more takeaway tracks. Okay, let's flip this over. So yeah, Mick, I definitely recommend it. I think you can spot this one pretty easily out there. I think in Canada it got released on the Dot label because I'm pretty sure Steed is through the Dot label. I know Andy Kim's on that label too. Which I used to have one of his records. I kind of wish I had it back. Rainbow Ride. That's another really solid Cheap Heat record. But here in the States, yeah, it's on the Steed label, one you don't hear about very often. I always think about, like I said, Andy Kim. And, yeah, if it's so. So you were asking, Dan, would you rank the second Illusion over the first one? The second one's kind of fuzzy to me. That one did not leave a good impression on me, from what I recall. But again, I probably haven't listened to them in like 5 years or so, the other ones. Just off and on. I kind of forget what they sound like over time, but this is just the one that stuck. The ones I sampled. And so, this is kind of the one I was seeking out early on. From what I recall, their first one, isn't it kind of more soulful in nature? And these guys were from like the East Coast, so it's kind of got that New York soul kind of vibe. That was terrible. I apologize. But let's start this thing. Side 2. See how this hits you. Speaking of other cheap heat, can't leave this one out. Some H.P. Lovecraft. Their second one, I'm pretty sure you can still find this for like $20 or under, maybe. I still see it under $20. It's essential. Maybe not as strong hard rocking as that first side, but they certainly pretty talented group though, right? I can't think of any other bands on the Steed label for you, Dan. Yeah, The Illusion and Andy Kim's all that's coming to mind for me right now. And there she goes. That is it. Yeah, if anything with these live streams, hopefully it's given you a new appreciation for some of these records, and we're here to enjoy it all together. And I'm glad we kind of perked up some people's ears in the chat, it seemed like. I think Mick's going to pick up a copy now. Yeah, it's pretty sure it's still $10 and up. Well, not up, but in the general region of $10. I think I got this for 10 as well. Like I said, at Renaissance Vinyl, giving them a shout out in Kansas City area. Excuse me. Well, that's the LP Spotlight feature. We're only an hour in. And Timothy, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, sometimes it's one of those cases where I could definitely purge it and find it again down the road. But it's a fun party record, really. It's kind of something you just want to put in the background and just kind of talk amongst your friends with. Have a few drinks. It's a fun one. I'm glad you like it, Chris. Yeah. And don't you worry, this winter, hopefully, we're going to have some more of these live streams when we're stuck in the house and it's 0 degrees out, blizzard conditions. Hopefully we'll get to spin some stuff unless the power gets knocked out. But that hasn't happened yet this far living here in the wintertime. But I think what I want to do, because I like to do the primary thing, right? Play the whole LP, do the spotlight on that, and then afterwards we can kind of chit chat or play something else that I picked up recently, but maybe not do so much a spotlight on the whole thing, just kind of play around a little bit and see what you guys want to do. Does anybody want to hear a little bit of that Kraftwerk? I think we can get away with it. I did double check before I went live to see if I could play the second one. I'm kind of in the mood to play it. Maybe kind of cool ourselves down from all that hard rock mess. Yeah, Randy, he's going to go and take a little leak and then, afterwards maybe sock mop it up. We all know how it goes on these live streams. So if you just give me a second, I'll put everything away here. Want me to play a popper track? All right, we got a request for the first time. No one's ever suggested any requests. Unless they have, it's always been something that I certainly can't play on here. Because either I don't have it or heavily copyrighted, as though they want to take my channel down or something. Yeah, and get a generator. I don't know about that. I do live in an apartment complex, and I don't know where that would fit outside. It'd probably have to be in the back alley somewhere. I do have a furnace to plug in, though, if it gets too cold. I'll play a track from Ellis Island. I just put it away, but it's right here. If I recall, I think the first track is the Ripper. It's the hard rockin' one. I think the first track on both sides. Let's see. South Down Road. It's an 8-minute track. I forget which one it is. It's either that or Numbers. I think the first one's the one that is kicks it off pretty hard. Let's play that track. Looks like it's cleaned off pretty well already, so I trust it. Let's give that a spin, and then we'll play a little bit of that Kraftwerk. Give you a little taste of what that sounds like. Just a little quick aside, I'm going to leave the frame for a second, so don't panic.
Yours just for the asking.
Yeah, again, it's one of those cases you can find it for pretty sure 10, 15 bucks in the right shape. It's a good one. Now, if that didn't set the scene for you, what a hell of an opening track, right? South Down Road. I agree. I think it's better than their first one. I used to have the first Magic People, and it's pretty good. It's kind of more of your typical, kind of more pop psych kind of sound, but it's got some moodiness to it. But they get a little more heavy on this one and do a little more adventurous things, I feel like. It gets a little dreamy in spots too. It's a little more subdued in some other spots, but there's that one, and then I think the other one I'm thinking of is Numbers. Maybe we can play that one too to convince some of y'all. But I think that one did it for most of y'all out there, so what the hell? Let's play the other track. Let me flip it over here. I think this one I got in Sioux Falls, I think. Sioux Falls, South Dakota? I think I did. Found a really clean copy. I think I found this one and the Joe Bird album, The Field Hippies. I'm pretty sure I picked those at the same spot. And before I begin, too, I showed the back cover to you, Chris, but this is, if you can find it, also came with this really cool insert. It's got a really cool photo of the band there. There it is. Horizontal there. But it's like you can cut this back portion up and make a flip book out of it. How to make your Popper's Flick Book flick, it says. So kind of a cool insert you don't see very often with it. Let's start this track here. Numbers. I think it's another lengthy track. Let's see what this sounds like.
Let me tell you, people, she's running numbers. She's running numbers on my head. Numbers are her numbers. Using things confuse the things I might say. It may seem that I don't like her, but I really do. I love her so much that I don't know what to say. Questions, oh my questions. I ask, receive no. I ask, receive no answers here. Direction, oh my direction. A fogging up now. A fogging up, what was clean. It may seem that I don't like her, but I really do. I love her so much that I don't know what to say. But when I find what I seem to be looking for, there'll be no time to look back and expect to see like I did once before. Only
I kind of rocked out a little bit. I hear a little bit of a progressive thing going on in that one. Kind of all over the place, but still got that fuzz throttle in there. I like it. Yeah, this is one I revisit every so often. Every time I do, I'm always surprised by it. It's a very nice one. So I think Randy shouted that one out. Nice to hear from him there. Nice recommendation there. So we did get a request from Dan. We're gonna do one here from the Smooth Ball. Yeah, I think it was the fourth track. I think you'd cry. I forget which one that is. The ones that come to mind for me is Morning Come, and then Trust in Men Everywhere, of course, but then Leaving My Home. Yeah, let's cue that one up here. Yeah, we're sticking with the cheap heat tonight, which is kind of fun. It's kind of a cool little thread going on here. Smooth Ball. I used to have the first one, Time, Trusted Men Everywhere. Sold it because I was desperate at the time. Wanted something else in the shop, I guess. But Smooth Ball is the keeper, for sure. This is like uber cool dad rock right here. These guys, I think from the West Coast, right? It's got a member from Steppenwolf, I believe, or would later go on to Steppenwolf. Is that right? This record just slays in the best of ways here. I do see copies quite a bit, especially at the record shows. So let's cue that track up, and if we're feeling it, maybe we'll play another one here. But I think by the end of the night, we'll kind of cool things off with that Kraftwerk I picked up. We'll play like a little segment of that. I think you'd cry. It's the one. Track 4. Wait a minute. Is that the last track? No. Yeah, it's that little intro track kind of threw me off there. Got to align it just right. Okay, here we go. Mr. B's in the house. It's a good stream tonight, man.
What would you think if I told you goodbye? Would you walk away or would you ask me why? No, I think you would try. Listen easy now. Dig this one. What would you think if I told you goodbye? Would you walk away or would you ask me why? No, babe, how could you cry? Next time.
Some good organ work in there too. Yeah, I would totally play Iron Butterfly, but I think Warner kind of cracks down on people on YouTube from what I recall. But if it's safe, I'll certainly play it. We'll go from one ball to the other. We'll go from smooth ball to the butterfly ball. And speaking of that, with my surgery coming up, I'm just kidding. Yeah, about that. That's next week. Looking forward to it. Anyways, there's your request, Dan. I Think You'd Cry. Yeah, that's a great track. Definitely has that sort of like Temptations Get Ready chords working with that one. Unless my phone's not working, I'm not getting the okay to see if I can play that track. Yeah, maybe I can test that post stream like some other day. See if I can get away with the butterfly, because, I do like ball, and I do like heavy. I like heavy balls, but just in the sense of those albums. You get what I'm saying. And we got some strobe light action going on there. We can keep rolling with it. Yeah, you're welcome, Dan. Well, if anybody has any small requests, I might stay on here about a couple hours. See how things are going. I'm actually pretty awake tonight, so take advantage of me. I don't know if you were here earlier, Aaron, but I picked this one up. Demian. I think I told you on that stream you had when you were doing this one. I've been needing to pick a copy up of this, and I got a promo copy. $35 out of pocket on Discogs. It was graded fair, but I got it cleaned up at the shop. Plays about VG Plus. I asked for photos, and it looks like they just had like fingerprint dust on it and stuff. Like they just kind of, like whoever was selling this, I think it was a shop, Mushroom Records or something, was kind of hanging on to this. I don't know where they found it, but all they had to do was clean it up, and it plays really well. So it was definitely one of the better scores this year by far. But yeah, we're gonna play one of the better scores today. I'm gonna play some Kraftwerk, I think, kind of mellow things out a little bit. We're just gonna play a little piece of the Kling Klang track. You guys know that one. I think we can get away with it because it doesn't look like it's been tagged with anything on YouTube. And Kraftwerk themselves are trying to kind of sweep this one under the rug, it seems. I don't really understand why. I mean, I find their first two to be really good. So let's swap this out and cue that one up. Started it exactly where I wanted it to. I love this track. I love the whole tape manipulation they do within this track. Picked up on Kraftwerk. It's a twofer, as people call it. It's their first two albums in a set on Vertigo. Got this one in Omaha today. Off the wall. Their wall, display wall. It wasn't really cheap, but I got some trade with this one. And it's not the swirly Vertigo either, but that's okay. I'm all about the music. Spaceship. Just kind of chill out to this one. I love the sprinkler drum machine they got going on. Love how it just takes its time. It's just really patient. Just glides along, hypnotic. Just loving this stuff lately. A lot of ambient works and kind of broadening my horizons a little bit. I mean, I've been listening to Kraftwerk for a while now, but finally picking up on them and really enjoying it right now. like I said, that kind of sprinkler drum machine thing going on. Makes me think I'm like in a greenhouse. It's just like watering the plants or something. The sunlight's coming through. I love this, man. Listen to that tape machine speeding up. Sure, man. I mean, Autobahn's kind of a classic, right? But their early experimental stuff is it's kind of nice. Certainly more krautrock inspired. There's certainly more electric things going on too within this one. But really happy to find this today. Otherwise, I'd probably have to hunt down the unofficial. Maybe I think they repressed the Kraftwerk 2 in like 73 or something, which was fairly affordable, but I didn't want to go hunt that thing down. It's kind of nice to have the 2 in a set. But anyways, you guys liking this cool down? Is it cooling you down, or is it making you more paranoid as the track goes on? It's really relaxing though. And we'll probably stop about right there. Okay, there's your little sample. There's just a little segment of the Cling Clang track. Awesome stuff. What are we talking about here? Michigan games? Oh, Michigan State game. So the year of this that we're playing here came out in '73. It's actually an early repress, and it's of the two records. So originally, I think it came out in '71 or 1970, one of those 2 years. Kraftwerk 2, and that's that track that was on Kling Klang with a K. With this one, with the two albums combined, I think it came out in '72 originally, but this is a '73 press on the Spaceship Vertigo. Sounds great. I love like the little, very subtle phasing going on there too, with the flute and the drum machine. It's just all about the minimalism, and just that little bit can take you so far. It's kind of inspiring in a lot of ways. And since I got a pretty good crew here, I may as well announce a little bit more on what I'm doing musically. So things are kind of sort of coming into fruition. We are in the process of mastering some tracks. I don't know if I said that last time or not. It's kind of a slow process. We're just taking our time with it. And I'm going to be talking to a label based out of Detroit that contacted us in the beginning. And we are officially a duo now, me and my college friend, who has been on the live stream before, Guitar Explicit, Jacob. He's based out of Omaha, and we, instead of it being sort of a one-man band project that I was doing, he's actually joining on board with me. We already took some photo shoots. We got an illustrator going to do a collage for our vinyl release whenever it comes out. Things are coming together, and it'll probably be released by 2025, I would think. We hope we can put this thing out. We're working hard on this thing. That sounded like the soundtrack to a photosynthesis film from science class. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. It's very earthy kind of sound. So it's the label Funk Night. I don't know if you guys know that label, Funk Night. It's kind of an independent label out of Detroit. I do have a record on that label. I forget his name, Misha. Misha's his first name. I forget his last name. It's like Sound Combo, and it's kind of more of a funk, sort of a throwback to 70s library music kind of style. And it's very much kind of in that old school psychedelic mentality, but every track is a little different. It's a little bit of hard rock, space rock, experimental, transitional tracks. It's coming together really cool. And then a track we thought was going to go in a more post-punk direction, maybe our best track, turned out to be something else. It's more sort of psychedelic, but it's also kind of, if you guys know that song 10cc, I'm Not in Love, I use the technique of the voices that they use in that beginning, with all the different harmonic structures, lined them all together, and the turnout was pretty cool. So I can't wait to share it with you guys when it all comes together. And I'm so glad I got the right connections, all kind of matching in the right place at the right time. You know, with my sound engineer buddy back at the Storm Cellar where I DJ'd at, he's mastering it for me. So we're just taking our time with it, because he's got some other projects too he's working on. And he's also the friend that let me stay over when I lost power. Just having a lot of DIY independent people helping us out, and couldn't be more grateful that it's turning out. And me and my buddy, we're always shooting back ideas back and forth about what the cover is still going to look like. We're still a little fuzzy on that. We were thinking maybe of like a postcard that says Astral Yacht on it. I don't know if I said the name already. Astral Yacht is our name. I don't know. It's kind of the combination of words I just came up with one day. I just like it's kind of a zinger. I told someone, I told a lady out at work what our band name was. I said Astral Yacht. She kind of gave me this like weird look. I said, it's a zinger. It's a zinger. Are you two going to be bare chested in a pond? We talked about wearing Hawaiian shirts with like sunglasses, but get rid of the yachts. Yeah, you think of yacht rock, right? I just like that word, yacht. It's astral, an astral projecting out towards a yacht. Because everybody likes being at the yacht, right? I know, sounds like yacht rock. It's not. I assure you, that'll be our third album. Um, I tell you what, man, it's coming together. And then my buddy Jacob, he hand wrote the font. We have an idea of like what the font or our logo is going to look like. We took the idea from Frigid Pink, but it's custom hand drawn, so it kind of gives it a little more of a homemade approach. Work on a new name. I mean, it's already kind of down, my friend. Because we even on one of our tracks, it's like a radio broadcast, and we say, "You are listening to the cosmic sounds from the yacht." It sounds like a radio transition. I mean, yeah, if there's bands like Frigid Pink, I'm sure Astral Yacht will be okay. I used to have the second Frigid Pink. Um, I think I parted with that one. It is good though. I just had the first one on the Duram label. I found a UK copy of that. So, anyways, I'd like to share some tracks with you sometime. If I can, I'm sure I can find a way. Plug it into the mixer. Well, it's already on my laptop that I'm using here for the webcam, but maybe we'll figure out a way to cue that all up and share you one of the tracks that I have curved out so far. And so far, there's going to be like maybe 6 or 7 actual songs, plus transitions, and then an intro and a conclusion track. But it'll all equal out to like 40-ish minutes. So it's a work in progress. We're really excited about where it's going. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining in. Yeah, Mr. B, I'm glad you showed up, man. This was actually a very fun stream. I'm more awake than the last one. The last one was a little bit of a train wreck with me trying to stay awake, but I get up so early. I get up even on Friday mornings at 3:45. Not kidding you. We're all getting old, you know. Maybe just before the stream starts, I got to take some booger sugar and wake myself up. Space boat. Where was I going with that though? The streams, right? I don't remember what I was saying. So yeah, look forward to more streams this winter. Got Masoned. You a baker? Wake and bake? Not anymore. Wake and bake. Anyways, guys, it was a really cool turnout, and hope you guys enjoyed. I do have a vinyl update in the works with all these. I guess I should shut this off. Stuff I found locally, but also from the Facebook Marketplace. part 2 of what I found. And that's kind of more jazz oriented, a little more cosmic jazz. Got some more Alice Coltrane to share, and some Flaming Groovies. I actually replaced the Teenage Head with the later Flaming Groovies records because I kind of like their power pop stuff more. Yeah, Jacob, I get that. I love the mornings. I don't like to miss the morning energy with that sun rising and that, especially during this time with the fall season. I love seeing sort of that early dawn sunrise. I don't get to see it as much when I'm at work, unfortunately, unless I'm outside driving around or something. Yeah, if anybody didn't catch wind of that, I'm having surgery next week, next Wednesday. Thank you, Kimba. It should be a pretty easy procedure compared to the first one. I still have the 3 incisions from the first hernia, so they went in robotically, and I was probably a little more painful than what this is going to be like. It's probably going to be more. I just got to watch what I lift, I guess, around work. I got to be on a 15-pound weight limit. 15 pounds, I know. Gonna have my buddy carry groceries for me, do my laundry. Should be interesting for a couple weeks. Well, anyways, I won't keep you guys up. I'm just kind of rambling here. So thanks, Kimba. Thanks, Randy. Nice to see you, Jacob, Dan. Zorlock was in here. Travis Miller. Mr. B. Ryan. Chris. Thank you. And we shall see what's up next. Probably Demian. We'll play that some evening once the winter time comes around. As I mentioned before, we'll have some more streams to pass on here. So, all right, thanks y'all, and signing off. And if you missed any of it, go back to the beginning. I'll keep the stream up, and thanks for watching, hanging out.